Hi, my name's Danny Fleming of the MA Properties team. So today's topic is, what has the pandemic shown us about the value of open houses? It's shown us a huge amount, actually. I think agents have all gotten in a rut of thinking open houses are so important to selling a home. Actually, the pandemic has shown us that they're not at all. Prior to the pandemic hitting, we were doing 2 open houses the first weekend, Saturday and a Sunday, minimum of 2 hours each day. In those open houses, we would get, if a home was priced realistically, we would probably get 30 buyer groups through on the Saturday and 20 buyer groups through on the Sunday. We would have lots of private showings from the time that the home would come on the market to when we would be reviewing offers on the Tuesday. But the number of open houses was what we were judging the popularity of the home on. But open houses have a lot of neighbours coming in to check out the home. You have a lot of buyers who are coming in who actually aren't serious buyers. They're not thinking about buying now. They're thinking about buying in 6 months, 12 months time, and they're just looking at homes to see what it is that they like and, see what their needs and their wants are, see what, a home in a town would look like at their price point, those sorts of things. And we have a few serious buyers in those open houses. But those serious buyers are not really able to, the ones that do come to an open house are really not able to walk through the home and start feeling as though it's theirs because there's other people in the home. But it was the mechanism that has been commonly used. What we've seen during the pandemic, it's really been interesting because we still have seen some agents doing open houses. Now, when you look at those open houses, it's easy to see that the agents who are still trying to do open houses are the ones that don't do much marketing. They might have 15 photos on MLS and that's it. So they're doing open houses and buyers don't have any choice but to go to an open house to see what the home looks like because there's not many photos on. We haven't been doing open houses for the whole of the pandemic period, but we do a huge amount of marketing for a home. We do videos, we do 3D tours, we have a minimum of 42 photos for a home. We do floor plans, we do websites. And a lot of homes don't have anywhere near that degree of marketing for a home. But, okay, so why don't we do open houses, even if we do all of the marketing? Because we also have, as agents in our team, and we talk about this, we have a team meeting every Monday, an agent meeting every Monday, and we talk about what happened over the weekend, what's happening with our buyers and things. And we've had way too many stories of how one of our agents has gone to an open house with their buyers, and that's happened to me a number of times too. You've made an appointment and you turn up for your appointment and there's an open house going on and there's lots and lots of people around the home and you're sort of in a line outside, or sometimes the agents won't take appointments. It's just a normal open house. So you turn up at the open house with your buyers and you're number 6 in line waiting to get into the home. Number 6. Now, if a buyer is taking any sort of time at all to look at a home, even if they're hurrying through the home, which I've seen many times myself, a buyer will hurry through a home because there's lots of people waiting behind them. or they don't care that there's other people waiting behind them and they'll take half an hour. Now, if you're number 6 in line and there's lots of people still behind you as well, so you're not the last buyer group waiting to get into the home, and someone's taking half an hour in a home, you're getting pretty fed up that you're waiting for half an hour just for that buyer that's in the home to get out so that the next person can go in. And you start doing the math and you think, I could be here for 2 or 3 hours just waiting to get in to see the home. And what has happened before many times is waiting with a buyer, they've finally decided, you know what, let's not waste our time here, let's go to another home. When you've lost them, you've lost them. They're not coming back. So with the pandemic, only being able to have one buyer group in at a time, being socially responsible, you're going to lose the buyers who are waiting in line to get into the home. Now, some of our buyers agents have gone to homes where there hasn't been a line. It's free for all. Everyone get inside the house. You know, as soon as you arrive, go on in. And then the buyers spend so much time worrying about where the next buyer group is, how can they avoid them. We had a buyer agent tell us during one of our agent meetings that they managed to get halfway up the stairs and then another group started coming down the stairs. So they're both stationary, not knowing who should go down and who should go up. Anyway, they finally managed to get their way up, and then they stood at the top of the stairs thinking, there's 2 buyer groups in that bedroom, there's 2 buyer groups in that bedroom, there's 1 buyer group waiting to get into that bathroom, and there's another buyer group in the bathroom, and there were another 2. So they were at the top of the stairs, didn't have anywhere to go where they felt comfortable. And don't forget, the key ingredient with having a buyer fall in love with your home is them being comfortable in your home and imagining themselves living in the home. In that sort of dynamic where you've got the buyer so worried about where they're going to walk and are they going to bump into someone, the buyers leave. And again, when the buyers leave, they're not coming back. So what happens if we don't have open houses? What we've seen is we can, and the buyers, the serious buyers, are getting in via private showings, period. They're getting in via private showings. Those private showings, we had one home that had 120 private showings from the time it came on the market on the Thursday and reviewing offers on the Tuesday. Now, that home, we don't allow double ups on the private showings, but there were 120. Our last home that we bought on the market, end of the last weekend before Thanksgiving, we had 58 private showings. That's 58 buyer groups, serious buyer groups, getting in to see the home and having the time to wander around the home comfortably and feel as though they're going to be living in the home. And it's a hugely powerful message for us that open houses are not a fantastic way for serious buyers to see a home. Because you want those serious buyers to just, you want the serious buyers to be able to sit down on the sofa and just sit and feel the home, feeling the home. That visceral feel when a buyer can sit down and imagine themselves living in home is huge. So the pandemic has shown us the value of open houses isn't as high as we thought it was. Another thing, sorry, I just realized I didn't cover one reason why open houses, the value of open houses. Most agents will do an open house because they want to meet the buyers coming through the open house that are just starting to look. Remember I said there's 3 different types of buyers, people that come to an open house. You've got your serious buyers, you've got your buyers who are not ready to buy now, but they're thinking about buying in 6 months, 12 months time, just identifying locations and what they need. And you've got neighbors. So when you're doing an open house and you get a buyer group who's coming through that don't have an agent because they're just starting to think about buying, if the agent can strike up a conversation with those buyers, then they can help them find a home to buy moving forward. So it's a good tool, if you like, for an agent that doesn't have to find buyers to work with. It's not helping to sell your home today, the open house. That buyer is not going to be buying your home today, but that agent is making a connection with a buyer who doesn't have a buyer's agent and potentially can work with them in the future. So when we see some agents doing open houses, it's not because they think it's valuable to sell your home, it's because they're looking for buyers who are unrepresented to work with in the future as well. So there's so many reasons why we have found during this pandemic the value of open houses isn't as much as what some people were thinking it is. So until we can get buyers comfortably in a home doing, in an open house where, I don't see the value of doing open houses. It's going to be a while before that is, and even at that point, I'm not sure that it's even valuable doing two on a Saturday or a Sunday, maybe just one. It's still a work in progress at the moment. At the moment, open houses are really not very valuable. In fact, they're more detrimental than there is value to them. I've gone on and on and on about this, I'm sorry. But if you like to talk about this or try and understand why, a little bit more about the details of what I'm saying, then